Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you're interested in today's video. A full $37 billion. This is the advanced semiconductor equipment market Nikon and Canon have missed out on in China over the past 2 years. Just before 2025, the Dutch government announced a new decision to remove ASML sales data to China from the previous sensitive export list. This means that ASML can now ship semiconductor equipment to Chinese companies without revealing its presence. In contrast, Japanese semiconductor equipment giants have insisted on remaining loyal regarding the export of this equipment. As ASML accelerated its expansion into the Chinese market, Japanese executives gradually realized the danger. Why, with comparable technology and a longer history of self-reliance, have they suffered such a crushing loss in equipment shipments? In 2019, the United States began to frequently target China's chip industry, not only disrupting Huawei's chip foundry channels but also restricting American companies from providing technology or products to Chinese chip companies. With external chip foundry channels restricted, mainland Chinese wafer fabs began significantly expanding their existing chip foundry processes. Semiconductor equipment suppliers in countries like Japan and the Netherlands also received a large number of orders from Chinese companies as a result. But the subsequent story is well known. The US further regulated the chip industry chain, gradually blocking even the import channels for semiconductor manufacturing equipment such as lithography machines. In theory, Japan and the Netherlands should not be subject to US regulatory conditions regarding the shipment of related equipment. Therefore, the relevant public restrictions were not announced internationally. After all, the US's actions were unjustified and inconsistent. Subsequently, news broke that Japan, the Netherlands, and the US had reached a tripartite agreement to jointly control advanced semiconductor equipment used in chip manufacturing and prevent these products from falling into the hands of Chinese companies. Unlike the Netherlands, Japan announced in March 2023 that it would implement export controls on 23 types of semiconductor equipment. In April 2024, the restrictions were further tightened. Equipment involving GAAFIC technology was also prohibited from sale. In my opinion, Japan has been more proactive than the US in implementing chip control measures against China. The Netherlands, on the other hand, has been quite flexible. Before news of China's technological breakthrough in domestically produced lithography equipment emerged, the Netherlands accelerated shipments, delivering multiple DUV lithography machines to Chinese companies. Sales to China surged 50% in 2023, with 450 machines shipped to China. Despite rumors of shipment restrictions in 2024, the Netherlands continued to ship a large number of equipment to Chinese companies and promised to establish repair outlets in China, including the opening of new equipment repair centers. If ASML loses the Chinese market, Chinese-produced lithography equipment will replace its existing products. This will gradually threaten production lines for advanced equipment such as EUV lithography machines, breaking ASML's unbeaten streak in the semiconductor equipment sector. After observing the volume of Dutch semiconductor equipment shipments to China, Japanese companies have gradually begun to realize the danger. Recently, Japanese company Nikon announced that it is working with partners to develop a new lithography machine compatible with ASML's leading immersion ARF lithography ecosystem, with an expected official launch in fiscal 2028. Rather than claiming to be compatible with the Dutch ASML immersion ecosystem, this equipment is more like a product tailored for the Chinese market. After all, the technical solutions currently held by Japanese companies are almost all subject to trade controls. Shipping to Chinese companies is difficult, and they can only find alternatives, using ASML's technology, to resume shipments of related equipment to China. While the Japanese lithography industry is still struggling with how to ship, China's domestic lithography equipment replacement has quietly accelerated. According to leaks released by foreign media, SMIC is testing DUV lithography machines produced by Shanghai Yuliangsheng. This company has a complex background. Its shareholders include Chuangkwai, which is controlled by the Shanghai State-Owned Assets Supervision and Administration Commission, and Shenzhen Zinkelai, which has close ties with Huawei. While the technical standards and parameters of the relevant equipment have not been made public, the fact that this lithography equipment has entered SMIC's testing phase is sufficient to prove that it is a product previously unknown to the domestic supply chain. Take SMIC's N+2 process, for example. Using DUV lithography equipment and multiple patterning technology, it can achieve large-scale mass production of chips equivalent to 7 nanometers. Most of China's domestically produced AI chips, mobile phone chips, and other products also require a 7 nanometers equivalent chip process. Relying solely on imported lithography equipment to expand production will inevitably lead to a situation where companies are at the mercy of others in related fields. Therefore, accelerating the domestic substitution of related equipment has become the mainstream development direction of the domestic semiconductor industry in the past 2 years. In addition, China has made progress in nearly every technology area, including EUV light sources, nanoimprint lithography, and electron beams. The 1.1 billion yuan production line jointly built by Harbin Institute of Technology and Gui Ultra Precision Group has entered trial operation. This isn't just a quick win, but a comprehensive technological breakthrough. For now, the battle over the semiconductor equipment industry chain continues, but the Netherlands has already recognized the dangers and made its position clear on the Chinese market, while Japan has only just begun to recognize the risks and has begun to make some moves in semiconductor equipment. In contrast, when Japan chose to abandon commercial logic in favor of political correctness, the market would not offer a second chance. Nikon and Canon, once industry leaders, have now become marginal players. This isn't a technological failure, but a strategic blunder. As for China, the road ahead is long and arduous, but with perseverance, we will reach our destination. Trading time for space and using the market to drive innovation, while this path is difficult, there's no other choice. When the entire industry chain is moving forward, a breakthrough is only a matter of time. What are your thoughts on this? Feel free to leave a comment and discuss.